A lot of you have been asking me for some great Panko breadcrumb substitutes lately, so I decided to make this video. Now the first one is from a video I did a few weeks back, and it's about how can you make panko out of white bread. So that's number one, make panko out of white bread. And the first way is to grill your bread in the oven first and make it a little bit crispy. Take them out and cut off the crusts. You won't be needing these. Now get out a grater with small holes. You can use any grater for this. And pick up one of the pieces of the bread and start scraping off the crispy exterior of the bread. But it's getting to be quite a nice batch of panko already. Now after you have grated all of your pieces of bread, this is the panko you're left with. Now panko breadcrumbs are a great addition to fried cuisine, but there are many reasons people will want to find substitutes. They may not have any panko breadcrumbs on hand, or they may have dietary restrictions that prevent them from eating panko. After all, these breadcrumbs are not keto, paleo or gluten-free. Fortunately, there are plenty of panko breadcrumb alternatives besides white bread. Here are a few you can choose from. So there's cereal. Cereal makes a great substitute for panko breadcrumbs. Cornflakes have long been used for breading entrees, but any grain-based cereal that's not too sweet will work. Corn or rice checks, Wheaties, granola or any oat-based cereal makes a great breading for poultry. It's possible to buy granola and some oats in paleo, keto and gluten-free varieties. Now the third one is crushed pretzels. Pretzels are another type of food that makes a delicious panko substitute. What's more, you can buy them in different varieties like honey mustard to add to the flavor of your food. While pretzels are not paleo or naturally keto or gluten-free, you can buy them in keto and gluten-free varieties. Then there's chopped nuts and seeds. Nuts like Blitz almonds, sesame seeds and hazelnuts can be put in a food processor to make a great substitute for panko breadcrumbs. Additionally, they are the perfect food for those on a paleo diet. Certain nuts can also be eaten in moderation by those on a keto diet. Then there's wild rice. You can convert wild rice into a breadcrumb-like texture by puffing it in a pan, similar to how you do it with popcorn. Then crush it in a food processor. It will make the perfect topping for lighter poultry or fish. Then there's chips. Chips' light crispy texture makes them the perfect thing for breading. Potato chips and corn chips are both great options, but you can go more extreme with options like Doritos, barbecue Lay's or even Cheez-Its. You will need to coat food in eggs and flour to make sure the chips stick to the surface. And to prepare them, crush them in a food processor, or you can even put them in a bag and use a rolling pin to chop them up. Of course, if you can't get panko breadcrumbs, you can always use regular old breadcrumbs. They won't have quite the same texture, but they will do the trick, of course. Then there's pork rinds. If you're looking for a naturally keto panko breadcrumb substitute, you can't go wrong with pork rinds. They are high in fat and carb-free, and their meaty flavor will enhance the meat in any dish. They have a crunchy, flaky texture, so you can use them on their own. Now just crush them up in a food processor. You can even crush them in your hands. To take things to the next level, try combining them with flaxseed flour, Parmesan cheese or almond meal. All of these are keto-friendly and make good breadcrumb substitutes in and of themselves. Then there's rice flour. Those in search of gluten-free panko breadcrumb substitutes should consider using rice flour as well. It makes a great alternative in recipes that call for wheat flour and it sticks to food easily. Then there's Parmesan. Parmesan is another keto-friendly option. It's high in fat, low in carbs, flavorful, and it instantly sticks to any food. You don't even have to process it since it's already ground. Then there's coconut flour. Coconut flour is keto-friendly and it provides so many other benefits. It's high in fat to keep you full and prevent hunger later in the day. It's also rich in MCTs that support keratin production. Dip your food in an egg wash or coconut oil first and then coat it in the flour to provide a unique nutty taste that is great on meat and veggies. And there's coconut flakes. If you really dig the taste of coconuts, you can add coconut flakes to your food as a breadcrumb substitute. They're great on sweet and savory foods including meats and baked goods. As a bonus, they are both gluten-free and paleo. And there's tapioca starch. Tapioca starch works well as a binder and thickener, and it's also paleo and gluten-free. It has a silky texture that will get a smooth glazed coating that works well in gravies and soups. And then there's gluten-free bread. Those that are going the gluten-free route may prefer making breadcrumbs out of gluten-free bread. The bread has a naturally dry texture, which works well for breadcrumbs. And to make the breadcrumbs, just toast the bread and grind it up. Repeat the process if you're going for a finer texture. And finally, there's golden flaxseed. Keto-friendly eaters want to try golden flaxseed as a panko substitute. Coating meat in an egg wash and flaxseed can provide a golden tone that mimics the color of regular breaded chicken. As an added bonus, flaxseed is high in fiber and omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, so that's all the substitutes I have for you. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to hear more from us at bitemybun.com. Also, Google Bite My Bun Panko if you want to hear more from us on this topic. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.